This is Ronald, and I am on the couch, just reflecting at the end of the year. I don't have a movie this week. What I wanted to do was give y'all some updates on Leaving the Theater, the show, as well as make at least one announcement and also talk about our goals for the show for next year. So stay tuned. There's an announcement that you'll probably want to hear. But before that, I just want to talk a little bit about what we've accomplished this year and what we're looking forward to next year. And I think this is a good way to kind of remind myself how much the show has grown and changed, since we started. It started in 2019 in October at the live show for Time Well Spent. And I remember we had one episode. It was Joker. I announced it. People downloaded. It was great. And we've come a long way since then. I figured out how to do the show, how to record it, how to prep for it, all of that. And this year we took some big strides forward in terms of the show's construction. The first thing is we've been consistently dropping episodes every single week since May, which was always where I wanted to get. For those of you that were listening to the show from the beginning, we were a little sporadic. It'd be a week here, a week there, 3 weeks here, and then none for a month. And then like 1 week here and then none for a month. And we figured it out. It was me always doing everything. It was me editing the show. It was me prepping the show, all of that. Well, this year I got hooked up with Bias Studios and Tom Tyra so that once a week I'm in with him. He edits the show. I record the opening. We do it all in the studio. And that's the show. That's the show you're hearing now. And it's allowed us to be more consistent because I don't have to depend on myself to cut together tape. Cutting together tape is exhausting, especially when you're doing it for free. So I'm paying Bias Studios to do it, and it comes out a great product. It's one less thing I have to worry about for it. And it's one less obstacle getting the show out every week. And being consistent, I think, is what has driven some of our numbers. We started this year with around 11,000 downloads, and that was total from 2019 through the beginning of 2022. We had 11,000 downloads. As of this recording, we currently have 27,739 downloads, which means that we doubled our download count easily, and we were well on our way to tripling our total download count since last year. So by the time, more than likely, whatever time we were at 11,000 at the beginning of this year, so it was around maybe February or March, by this time in 2023, we probably will have tripled our total number, which is incredible. And I think a lot of that came from being able to show up on other podcasts and get the word out. And I'm sure y'all have been telling people about it, which is great because when you hear what our download number goal is for next year, you'll see why I'm like, we got to stay to work over here. We started charting on the podcast chart, specifically on the United States Film and TV Reviews chart. And just to put that in perspective, the number one podcast typically on that chart is Pop Culture Happy Hour. And we went as high as number 13 on that chart, which was amazing. Next year, the big kahuna for me, the big kahuna for all podcasters is the top 100, is to make the top 100 podcast, which is, millions of downloads. You got to get there. But for me, I want to make the regular film and TV, which isn't just like the subsection film reviews, but just film and TV, that category. To make that chart would be quite an accomplishment for the show. And I want to make that next year. So peak position 13 on the film and review. Want to get higher there and also higher on get onto the film and TV chart this year. So we're making a lot of the right steps. People are listening. And we started our Patreon in August, and we wanted to end the year with 20 patrons, and we are at 20 patrons. We did it. Thank y'all. We needed to get a couple more, and I feel good at a round number of 20. And yeah, we want to keep going higher because the more patrons we have, the more self-sustaining the show can be. And the more we can, experiment and have fun and bring in guests to talk about different things that we can't necessarily cover on the weekly show. So feel great about the direction that's going in. And thank you so much if you're a patron. Now, let's talk about what we want to do for next year. So we already talked about the chart. We want to We want to get on the film. We want to get on the film and TV charts. We want to hit the top 10 of the film reviews chart. We want our download numbers to go from 27,000 to 100,000 by next year, which is a big push, but with your help, we could do it, which means y'all need to be telling people about the show. We need to continue promoting ourselves, continuing to get on other podcasts, talking about movies, just whatever we can do to get people engaged in leaving the theater. We're going to be doing that next year. We're going to be doing we'll do a lot more experimental things next year. And one thing that is not an experiment that we've done before that we're going to do, and this is the big announcement, is that on February 11th, 2023, in Washington, D.C., at the Miracle Theater, we will be having the Leaving the Theater live show. That's right. February 11th, 2023 at the Miracle Theater in Capitol Hill, D.C. You're all welcome to come. Tickets are now on sale. You can look at the link in the show notes. We're going to be at a real theater. This is a big update from our last live show, The Time Well Spent Live. This is going to be, we're going to have comedy. We'll have Marcus Jackson there opening with comedy. We'll have storytellers. We have Shannon Kaysen, Yasmin El Hadi, Diana Vega. They'll be telling stories. And then we'll have a panel discussion on some of our favorite love scenes in television and movies. And I forgot to tell you the theme. The theme, of course, because it's February 11th, it's close to Valentine's Day, is Love on Screen. And it'll feature a panel discussion of our favorite television and movie love scenes, or scenes about love. It's not like when I say love scenes, it sounds like I'm saying the love making scenes. And this is a family friendly show. So we'll have panelists, we'll have Jonquilyn Hill, we'll have Daisy Rosario, we'll have Mark Pagan, and me, and I'm very, very, very excited to have all of y'all there. So the best thing you can do right now is go get your tickets. For those of you that are in the Patreon, you should already see a notification in there that gives you 50% off the tickets. 50% off. That's right. 50% off. And if you look in the show notes right now for everyone else, if you get your tickets within the next 2 weeks, you also get a discount. It's not 50%, but you do get an early bird discount for getting your tickets. So if you want that 50% discount, you can join the Patreon. And the details are once again in the show notes. But otherwise, there's a discount for everyone. Again, if you look in the show notes, and that won't expire for 2 weeks. So I can't wait to see y'all there. So not only are we doing the live show, but next year I want to play around with the idea of doing pop-up live shows where we all go and see the movie together. And then right afterwards, we review the movie right there in the theater. So that's one thing we're going to try to do at least once next year. We'll be putting out the details on that. It'll probably be one of the summer movies. So stay tuned, especially if you're in the Washington, D.C. area and you want to join us in the audience for that. So very excited about Leaving the Theater. I want to say thank you all so much to everyone for listening. Thank you all for sharing the podcast, for reaching out, for engaging with me, in all of the ways that you do. It feels very good to build a pop culture podcast. You know, a lot of people know that I'm a pop culture guy. I love talking about television and movies. And this was an opportunity to do that. And, you know, I couldn't have anticipated that we get this far. You know, I always thought it would be something that I enjoy doing and putting out, and I do. But being able to come this far and engage with this many people is great. But we want to go further, and we want to be one of the top pop culture shows, period. We want to be one of the top pop culture podcasts, period. Like that's it. So we know that we can get there, and we can get there with your help. So keep listening. Tell your friends about it. If you don't want to join the Patreon, you don't have to. Just listen every week. Rate the show highly. Tell your friends about it. That's something that you can do for free. If you have friends that are watching television and movies that want a new show, have them check this out. That's the best thing that you can do for the show. So thank you all so much. I hope everyone had a great holiday. I hope everyone has a happy new year. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Yeah, I'm so excited. So get your tickets to the live show. And with that, Leaving the Theater is a production of Oh It's Big Ron Studios. Thomas Tyra of Bias Studios mixes the show. Thank you, Tom. Show art from Heather Wilder. Theme music by the mysterious Breakmaster Cylinder. For more information about our live show, check out the link in our show notes. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Oh It's Big Ron. That's at OHITSBIGRON. You can find out more about this show and other Oh It's Big Ron Studio shows by following us on Instagram at Oh It's Big Ron Studios and on Twitter at Oh It's Big Ron Stew. That's STEW. Leaving the Theater will be back soon. Thanks for listening.
Yo, you got to find it in there somewhere. I can't. I should just say that in the intro. J.K. Rowling's a turf. Anyway. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right. Attending. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody's on. Yeah. We see you. Late guy. Yeah. 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 What's going on? Yeah. I see you had time to stop at Starbucks. Same thing. Same thing. Whatever. Yeah. All right. We got to start from the beginning again because he just got here. All right. Here we go. Check, check. What's that whisper sound? I hear that whisper in my ear like a yin-yang twin. Big Ron come through. Make you turn. Make you spin. It's box office success. Success. Gosh. All right, here we go. After its box office success. After its box office success. After its box office success. Its box office success. Success. Gosh. All right. After its box office success. 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 After fighting back, keep all these. Not for me. Just to keep me humble. Like, just, you know, we need a blue. Yeah, whatever. Thanks. After fighting success at the box office. All right. Michelle Yeoh is back again. This time in, oh, Ronald. Fresh off of her appearance in it, she stars as Evelyn Wang. Wang! Ah! Wang! No, it's Wang! Ugh! That's what happens when you wake up early and get that writing done before you get in here. Had that coffee early. I'm ready to go. Know what I mean? Here we go. Check.